All right, so they almost got me. Almost. Phishing scams, not phishing. Oops. But I'm talking about actual scams to get your money, right? There's a lot of them out there. They tried to get me. And I was like, nope. Try again. Right. Homie, don't play that. So here's what happened. I've got a letter in the mail. Okay. Now let me back up. So usually it's a box, and not that I've gotten, but I've heard people getting boxes on their front porch. Right. And it would be like a why can't I get that pulled up? Sorry. Anyway, you open it up and there's a QR code inside. You scan the QR code with your phone, and next thing you know, it gives people access to get into your phone or something like that. Or I don't know. I hope I don't run into that. So but anyway, sorry. I got a letter in the mail today, and so it came in this envelope right here, right? Top left hand corner says official business penalty for private use, $300. Okay. Far right it says, which kind of looks legit, pre-sorted, first class mail, postage and fees paid, Internal Revenue Service permit number G-48. So, yeah. So, sorry, I'm trying to figure out why I'm not showing up on here. What's going on with that? What's going on? I don't know. Hang on. Something weird's going on. Because I'm pretty sure I was supposed to be live. It says I'm live. Well, how come it ain't coming up? What's going on with that? Bear with me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, it is on there. Okay, that's weird. So it's showing that, I'm live on the phone, but not live on my laptop. What's going on with that? Let me go out of it and go back in it. Something weird going on, man. It's always something, right? It's always something weird going on. Hang on, bear with me. Live. That's weird. Not on there. I wonder if it's because I'm trying to do something else at the same time. Sorry. So anyway, let's get back to it. All right. So sorry about that. So I don't want to show you this because there's a QR code on it, right? Those who don't know what a QR code is, it's a little square black and white thing. You open up your camera, you take a picture of it. Next thing you know, it sends you to La La Land. It's addressed to me, obviously. And it says we couldn't direct deposit we couldn't direct deposit your. You know what? Let me get my glasses. Sorry, I'm blind. I should have done this before. Right? Hang on. Just a step away. God. Sorry. Move the whole house. Okay, so it says we couldn't direct deposit your 2025 Form 10W40 refund. It's my refund last year. And it says March 2nd, 2026. Don't know what's up with that because today's date is February 18th, 2026. So there's so many red flags in this. Okay. Anyway, it says we couldn't process your direct deposit due to one of the following. Your financial institution rejected the refund due to an invalid bank account number, or a bank account number wasn't provided on your tax return, or your bank account could not be validated. Note, when your refund is issued, it may be subject to offset if you have other outstanding liabilities. What you need to know, you have 30 days to provide us a new or updated bank account number. Update your direct deposit information by visiting irs.gov/account or use the QR code to access your online account. And they put a little QR code right beside that. Then it says additional information. Note, IRS employees cannot update bank account information. Visit irs.gov/CP53E. You can contact your financial institution to ask why your direct deposit was rejected. Executive Order 14247 mandates the transition to electronic payments for all federal disbursements, including tax refunds, except under certain circumstances. Refer to irs.gov/modern payments for more information. If you can't provide a new updated bank account number, contact us at 866-325-4066 for more information. So, sounds legit, right? But not. So let's point out the red flags. 1, QR code. Boom. Another one, bank account number. They want you to provide a bank account number. Boom. Anytime somebody asks you for a bank account number or cash or anything like that, right? Right. That is a super fail. Why is my anyway? I'm getting peed off right now because of I don't know if it's because I'm running something else, something's interfering. Anyway, I can't pull up my live stream. Anyway, so another red flag. Let's see. The phone number. So I looked up the phone number. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's look it up. 866 325. Okay, so the first thing that comes up says taxpayer advocate service.gov. And of course, I'm not going to click on it. Direct deposit changes for 2026 could affect how, whenever, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. What else? There's one called natptax.com. It says direct deposit becomes standard for IRS refunds in 2026. Now I see this like every year, seems like. Yeah, they on the news or whatever, they talk about like, oh, your tax refund is going to be delayed a little bit, whatever. So, So I'll put it like this. This thing does not look legit to me. Not at all. There's so many red flags on it. Okay. Now, if y'all want to comment, tell me, hey, no, it's legit, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'll listen to you. I'm not going to agree with you. I'm not going to agree with you one bit. But, maybe it's just one of those, let's just say, okay, let's say it is legit, which is not. But let's just say. So, if it is, let's just say, then it's like kind of one of them automated things that just automatically goes out to everybody in the neighborhood, whatever. Even though for a fact that you are getting a check in the mail and not direct deposit into your account. Okay. So here's what I did. I called H&R Block. Okay. Oh, well, let me back up there. So I went on to HRBlock.com where I do my taxes. I've been using them for 20 years. So they're great. To me, they are. Maybe somebody else they're not. Whatever. Anyway, for one thing, they keep all my stuff, right? So, yeah. But there's always that big argument, between them and everybody else. Anyway, so I went on there on the .com, and I wanted to show myself on there that I filed. Well, not how I filed, but I mean that I was getting a paper check in the mail and not direct deposit. Like I'm sitting there going, well, maybe I accidentally clicked on that. No, I know for a fact that I clicked on paper check, right? So I started going through it and everything. I had to put in my password and everything to get into it, and then I had to go to the next step and put in my social security number and the date that I was filing, last year and all that, and that I was single, and then I had to put in the amount. Well, apparently I messed up on the amount. That's my guess, because it didn't let me know. It didn't say. But I tried it 3 times and it cut me off. It locked me out. Try to get into it. Nope. So then I had to call H&R Block. I talked to a nice lady, and told her everything that was going on. I even told her about the fake mail and all that stuff. And she was like, yeah, she's okay. I'll, we'll figure it out, totally nice. She went in there. She seen where I was getting the paper check. And I was like, you know what? That's all I need to know. Boom, right there. It already went through and all that. I'm just waiting. The waiting game. Hurry up and wait. And so anyway, she said that she, it basically, when she does it, it leads her to the IRS to look it up and everything. It's like, but I told her, I was like, look, I tried H&R Block. I tried it on. I couldn't. I got locked out. I tried it 3 times. Got locked out. I was like, you're my only hope. So anyway, she did. She looked it up. She's like, yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I was like, you're probably. I was like, I know I'm not the only one that you're gonna get a phone call from. She was like, nah, we've already got some. I was like, I couldn't imagine, man. If I was one of them big time, rollers, which I'm not. If I was one of them people that are getting back like a ton of freaking money or whatever, and a hiccup like this happens or whatever, ooh, I can imagine how pissed off they would be. Now, me, I don't hardly get mad. I'm just kind of like, whatever. This is how I am, man. I'm just like, you know what, man, whatever. It takes a lot to get me mad. It does. I got pet peeves, but still, I'm just kind of like, Whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'm too tired, man. I'm too tired to deal with this crap. So anyway, so she she went in there like it was nothing, figured it out. She goes, yeah, you're getting paper, no problem. And so then that was that. And then so now it's like, I was, after I hung up on her, I was like, oh, what's the next step? What do I do now? So I decided to make a video to warn. The only reason I'm doing it is to warn people about this, right? So usually, like I said, like the which I haven't seen, they say you get like a box on your front door, and you open it up, and there's a piece of paper with a QR code, and you scan it. Next thing you know, they got control of your phone and whatever. But I've been lucky I ain't got nothing like that. Usually if I see a package, I'll be like, I didn't order anything. Right? If I see a suspicious package, I'm calling the bomb squad. Yeah, 911. Yeah, man. I got a suspicious package, man. Y'all need to. Come on out. Check it out. Ain't no return label on it or anything. Yeah, so fishy about that one. Yeah, it's just sad though that there's all these people out here, especially older people. Their mind's gone or whatever, and they fall for everything. And man, I saw something today. I think it was on news. This old lady, man, she and she didn't seem like her mind was gone either. But man, she gave some scammer. I swear I was like, did I hear that right? Like $200,000 she gave a scammer. It was her life savings, basically. I think probably what happened is her old man died and left it to her or something like that. But anyway, I was like, dude, I couldn't imagine. I hope I'd never go through anything like that. Oh my God. Somebody should have been watching that lady. One of her relatives should have been like holding her hand and being like, dude, I can't remember what she did though. That's the thing. What did she do? I have to go back and watch it. It was a nice little lady, man. She's, like I said, didn't seem like she had Alzheimer's or dementia or anything. She might have, but I didn't see it. I've been around people like that, and I didn't see it. But yeah, it's sad. On them scammers, man. So from what I know, most of your scammers are not here in the United States. They're over there somewhere, And I tell you what, if I was any of them, I'd have eyes in the back of my head. They, you always see, like, in fact, I ain't seen them in a while, but anyway, you see like that one, couple of them guys, them good guys, and they'll go in and they'll hack the scammers, camera or whatever, and they'll go in and they'll call the cops, and the cops go in and arrest the people and shut the center down and all that and everything. But I've heard one of the good guys say that, man, all they do is slap them on the wrist and just they turn right back around, and they get right back into it. And I've heard that some of those scammers, I know this is going to sound stupid, but I've heard some of those scammers are innocent. Let me explain. So they are being made to go in there and do that. Like, it's like they're been being threatened their family's being threatened or whatever, and they're like, "You go there, we're going to do this to your family, or whatever." Blah 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 blah. And yeah, pretty messed up. So that's what I mean by some of them people in there are. I've heard that they're innocent, whatever. Um, I mean, obviously, if you're doing it, you're not innocent, but it's just they're made to do it. They're being made against their will. In other words, it's sad. So, but yeah, y'all check out that Jason Statham movie, the Beekeeper. It was pretty good. I'd probably watch it again. Might need to watch it again. They could have done a whole lot better with it, though. Whole lot. They left a whole lot of stuff out. Like basically, like there's this old lady, and she got hacked. They stole millions of dollars from her, and he finds out about it. He goes and hunts down the scam center, and honestly, I don't remember him killing anybody. I don't remember anything like that. But he goes in there and tears up the center and whatever. Basically tells all the people sitting behind the desk and everything. He's like, "Y'all need to get the hell out of here." And that was it. And yeah. So yeah. But it's a good movie though. It came out like what, last year? I think. The old lady that gets scammed is the mom off the Cosby Show. So yeah. I know when I first saw it, I was like, I know that lady from somewhere. And I was like, oh, shoot. What's her name? Can't remember her name. What's her name? Let's look it up. Let's see. Be sure. I can't believe I can't remember her name. Felicia Rashad. Yeah, duh. I knew it, but I just forgot it. Oh, Lisa Bonet. Tempest Bledsoe. Who is Sabrina LaBeouf? LaBeouf? Oh, yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she cutie. She still look good. I guess. Look like it. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, she's showing her age. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Side note. So I know I'm talking about the, phishing scams and stuff like that. I'm going to talk about other stuff too. That's just me. How I am. So, right. So let me fix this. Sorry. What is wrong with this thing? What is going on with that? Anyway, I'm sorry. Always have to adjust. So I heard. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I want to say this right. So today marks the 25th anniversary of Dale Earnhardt's crash, his death. Yeah. Yep. Happened in 2001. Same time as 9/11. Yep. But months before. Same year. Let's pay that way. So yeah. Yeah. You know what? We ain't done this in a while. Let's look up today in history. Yeah, it's always fun to see what happened. Pluto was discovered in 1930. Wow, you would think it would be like way before that, you know? Let's see. What else happened? What else? Yeah, the biggest thing was, Dale Earnhardt Sr. Yeah. I've got a poster, I think I still got it, of Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's a big poster like this. It's all like one of them framed ones that you could buy. Remember, had the cheap black frame, and all that. Yeah, I still got it. I know I still got it. It was worth anything. Probably if I saw him, I'd be like, "Hey, Dale, here you go, man. You can have this." You ain't your daddy? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I like both of them. They're good. Yeah. Did y'all watch that Daytona 500? I didn't watch it, but I heard about it. Yeah. Is there anything else in today's? That's what I said. There ain't a whole lot of stuff that like really stands out. But there's always something happening. Like every single day, there's something always happening in history, right? There's always something that happened. Let's see. In 1945, during the final phases of World War II, U.S. Marines invaded Iwo Jima to wrest control of the strategically important island from Japan, which put up fierce resistance in the ensuing battle. So in 1942, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, which forced Japanese Americans into detention camps during World War II. Yeah, we don't like detention camps. We don't like any of that stuff, man. That sucks. Can't we all just get along? No, we can't. Isn't that something how you got to have yin with yang? You ever think about that? You can't have black without white. You can't have light without dark. Can't have boy without girl. Can't have God without the devil, right? Can't have good without the bad, right? Isn't that something? Isn't that weird? Why can't everybody be rich? You just can't have it. You can't do it. Why can't everybody be poor? Somebody's got to run the world. But then you got the people in the middle. That's me. So yeah. But you think about that. Why is that? Why is that? That's why a lot of people say we live in a simulation. We live in the Matrix. Right? Oh, here we go with the Matrix. And y'all know how I am about the Matrix and everything. Like, dude, I am. I'm living in the Matrix. It's one of those things where you don't have proof, but you know it. Like you 99% know it. If it was 100%, you'd be able to prove it, right? So yeah, it's little things though. Like I have these visions, dreams, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I just like last night. They say when you dream, sometimes, not every time, if you have vivid dreams, it could mean that Um, it's actually real. It's actually something really going on in another, plane of Earth, another time, whatever. I have them all the time. Last night I dreamed I actually I was out and about, and I stopped, and I was like, uh, I think I said, I don't remember exactly what I said. I said something like, "This doesn't feel like a dream. This feels real." I think I was at a high school. I was at some high school, right? And they were having some kind of field day or something. And I remember somebody or some company, I know it's going to sound weird. Some company they were showing their side by sides and go karts and four wheelers and stuff, and they were all like, you know, and the color of them was Duke blue and white. Those were the colors of each little thing or whatever. And I remember getting in one and trying it out, so not driving it, but I was like, yeah, check it out. Weird stuff like that. I'm sitting there going, man, this feels too weird, too real, you know. But I have those all the time. Oh, I also thought I cut my hair off. I still have my hair. Okay, just way down to here. But I was dreaming or whatever. I cut it off, and I went up to my mom, and she was like, "Oh my God, what'd you do?" So, I mean, my interpretation of that is my consciousness. Two sides to consciousness, right? One of them was telling me, if you do this, you'll regret it. Because I even looked in the mirror and I was kind of like, man, why'd I do that? And the other side is your consciousness telling you to do it, right? So the yin and yang of do it, don't do it, do it, don't do it. Right? So, some man today, I wanted to cut my hair off so bad. I did. I was up in my shop and I was working, and I was kind of like, man, I'm gonna cut this freaking hair off. Getting all over me. And I'm like, that was before I tied it up. I have different ways of tying it up just to get it out of the way. Right. So, but sometimes it's good to have long hair, looks good, whatever. But other times it's kind of like, I'm trying to work. I don't need hair in my way. Plus, you got to take care of it, and trying to take care of it. I use Head and Shoulders. I use Head and Shoulders. But it's yeah, it's, I don't know. And I try to only wash it once a week. That's it. I know there's some people going, oh man, that's gross. Dude, my hair ain't gross. My hair gets really oily. Right. And it didn't always do that either. Like usually I would wash my hair when it was like this short. When I would wash it, I'd wash it every other night. And come to find out, it was like, way overdoing it. That was too much, whatever. So now I let my natural oils, lube it up, so to speak. And yeah, I don't have a problem with it. Now I do lose hair just like anybody else does. And normality, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Now my hair, it doesn't really stink or anything like that. No. Um, but I watch what I put in it. I watch what I put on my scalp. You know. Now I've had people ask me about my hair, about how true I take care of it, how come it's so healthy, blah 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 blah. And so I tell them I use Head and Shoulders, whatever, blah blah blah. And uh, so what was I going to say? I lose my train of thought. Oh, so a lot of your shampoo has sodium in it. Now, Head and Shoulders might have sodium in it. It probably does. But what you do is you try to find a soap, a shampoo that does not have sodium, because the sodium dries out your scalp, right? And it's also it'd be nice if you could find, if anybody can, knows, try to find a shampoo that doubles as a shampoo and a body wash that is sodium free and antibacterial. There you go. Yeah. Because our bodies, man, I mean, we're all covered in, you know, bacteria from, working outside and doing all that and sweating, working out and doing all that, all that gross stuff. So yeah, we get a lot of bacteria. So yeah, you get an antibacteria. There you go. That's how you do it. Now, have I found one? Not with all that. No. Mm-mm. You can get antibacterial bar soap, stuff like that. But one that's got all that, you might have to go to. It's kind of like when you want a specialty tool to work on your car. You're a mechanic. You want specialty tool. So what you do is you go to a tool truck. They're the only ones that's going to have it. You can't go into auto parts store or anything like that. So, or you got to buy it off Amazon. So if you want some kind of specialty soap like that or whatever, you go to like a hairdresser. You might have to pay a little bit more than you'd pay at Wally World or whatever, but still. But you get what you paid for, man. You do. Now, I don't know if y'all ever heard about this, like, deodorant, underarm deodorant. So they found that a lot of it has aluminum in it. I believe that's right. I'm like, why has it got aluminum? What's up with that? And they were saying that it was like connected to dementia or Alzheimer's or something, or I don't know, something. They're trying to kill us. They are, man. They are trying to kill us, man. All this crap we put in our bodies or on our bodies, and all that. And I've had an argument before with somebody about eating organic. Okay. Oh, it's organic. Ain't got no chemicals in it or anything. It's organic. BS. That's what I got to say about that. Okay. I tried growing organic before. I did. Organic fertilizer, all that. But what a lot of people don't think of is, hey, what's in the air? That's going to get onto the plants and down in the soil. All the chemicals that they spray out there and everything, it's not a big secret anymore. It's not. Look it up. They're doing that, So that's just the way it is. But somebody tried to tell me, like, oh man, there ain't no chemicals in it, man. It's all good, man. It's all, organic. I got news for you. You can think all you want that it is, but it's not. It's better than actually putting, the chemicals in there and all that stuff. Yeah, but it's still going to have something in it. It's going to have trace amounts and whatever. It's going to be in there. I don't care what you do. It's going to be in there. If it's breathing oxygen, it's going to be in there somehow. If it's on this planet, they putting all them chemicals in the air. That's what we breathe. So you can believe it or not. I don't care. I know what I know. So it's a conspiracy. You can't argue with a stop sign. Right? Yeah. Well, anyway, I think we're going to end the show here. But y'all keep an eye on. Be careful out there with those fake IRS. Probably if you got any questions, you can always call somebody. You can always, call the head authority, whatever. Call the IRS. Although I tried calling the IRS a while ago and nobody picked up. It went like voicemail or some crapper. Kind of weird. I don't know what's up with that. And I got the phone number off IRS.gov. So IRS sucks anyway. But anyway, keep your head up and be careful. Okay. And please like and subscribe, y'all. Y'all see this. Ring that bell for a notification every time I pop up, you'll know. Cool. Because y'all are the only ones that watch this. Nobody else does. So, but anyway. And anytime y'all want to, shoot the crap with me, you come on here, and if you got a topic you want to talk about, the door's open. Okay? Later, y'all. See y'all.